I hate being cold, especially cold and wet. It's quite ironic because, as you can see, I live in Scotland, and this is what a nice day looks like here. I realized over the years that being cold is a test of character.
I think of the cold as a noble force. It's just helping me. It's training me. It's bringing me back to the inner nature the way it was meant to be. And there's a way I do not only endure the cold, I love the cold.
Whoa, this is ice water. This exercise for the fun edition is it's nice cold water. Cold water is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. Ah, freezing my butt off. Merry Christmas to you, little ice cube.
You may have heard about Wim Hof before. He's known all over the world as Iceman. Someone who's able to face incredibly cold conditions and does outrageous stunts. He's a person who has been through a huge amount of trauma and grief after the death of his wife. He has used the cold water exposure to heal himself and spread the word about the benefits of doing so to other people. During the moments of my life when I felt lost, full of anxiety and going through a depression, I found his message empowering. I began watching and listening everything there is about cold water exposure and started taking cold showers. All of my favorite people, like Joe Rogan or Jordan Peterson, talked about the benefits of facing the dragon that is cold. And if you can stand being cold or learn to live with it, you can become happier and enjoy your life more. Let me tell you about something that I recently have done that I would never in a million years think that I would be doing.
Let's go to the water. Ah, it's freezing.
A year ago, in January, I joined a group event that happens here on the beach in Portobello called Edinburgh Blue Balls. And it's a cold plunge, cold water exposure event where a group of men go to the water, no matter the weather, no matter the temperature outside, no matter the temperature of water, no matter whether it's wavy and choppy or the water is warm and flat. We go every Sunday and we dip to improve our physical and mental health. And you know what? It absolutely works.
So, how's that feel so far?
Right.
Piercing cold and then like dry.
Calf funny. Not great. Lovely.
By the way, I don't like to postpone too long, like to work it up. I go as soon as I feel I can. I just go down. So now you get the balls in. The balls are in.
There we go.
All right, I'm going down. All right, go you. I'm shaking. And go all the way to your neck, and you should be okay. Deep breathing. Take with your nose and out with your mouth. Yeah. Deep. Yeah. It's like someone punched you in the face. Try it, take.
At this stage, I want to tell you that you should always listen to your body. Water can be healing, but it can also be deadly. Pushing yourself to the limit is good, but before you do, consult a doctor. Start slow by exposing yourself to the cold only for a short period of time. Start with a cold shower at home and see how you feel. Practice control over your breathing. Learn how to listen to your body. When you are in the wild, don't go to unfamiliar waters and don't go alone. If you start feeling warm and happy, get out of the water before you become hypothermic. Do your own research and remember to always be responsible. If you do this right, you will enjoy not only the physical benefits, but a psychological change as well.
Let's say something to the camera. Whoa, explain to people what the fuck is it like.
First time, pull the balls, shake it like a leaf. It's fucking nice actually, it's not bad. How long has it been?
So we started filming 5 minutes and 20 ago. So about 5 minutes. Yeah, we're 5 minutes in.
No.
Yeah, went fast, no?
Yeah.
All right, you wanna go? Let's go. Okay, let's go. Well done, by the way. Fucking amazing. Well done.
Although I don't want to maniacally convince everybody to do the same, I might need to tell you why so many people now discovering this and do it all over the world, even in a cold climate like here. And I'm going to start by saying that it simply is good for your body. Going to the cold water improves blood circulation and metabolism. So because of that, when you come back home, you get better appetite, better sleep, and digestion, which many people struggle with. It helps to improve the skin because there's a better blood circulation and more oxygen in your body. You will most likely enjoy a positive benefit in terms of your physical body. There's also psychological reason why this cold water exposure works. See, going to cold water requires you to step outside of your comfort zone. It requires you to do something difficult and test yourself, especially in a cold water like this one, especially on a wavy day like this. I've done this on a wavy day. It's crazy difficult because you get splashed in your face before you get accustomed to the water. So it does really take a lot of strength to get in. Because of that, when you get out, you feel like you have accomplished something. You feel that you did something that most people wouldn't be willing to do. And if you felt like a failure for a long time, which I did, doing something difficult like this empowers you to try other things and not feel so bad about yourself anymore. You feel somewhat invincible. You get out of that water, dress up, and you think, I just did that. I just went there. And as you walk back to where you came from, people pass you with admiration and they look at you and think, wow, I couldn't do it. That gives you strength. That builds character. And if you do it over and over again, like we do here every Sunday, it's making so much impact that I cannot even describe it. Also, apart from the psychological impact, there's also neurochemical impact on your body that happens, because exposing yourself to cold water like this increases the dopamine level in your brain. It's powerful and potent, and it's healthy. And that's why I do it almost every single week since I started. Whether it's raining or snowing, whether it's cold or warm, I love to come back. And the cool part is when you eventually end up going to a warm country for your holidays and you have to enter the sea in Greece or Italy or Spain, it feels like nothing where many people still freak out on the idea to go into the water, you can just go in and enjoy the swim. Because if you're gonna go to the water that cold, you will be so happy when you enter the warm waters of the Mediterranean, for example. And lastly, the thing I wanted to talk about at the end is my favorite part of the cold water exposure. And that is that it teaches you to live in a moment. And this is my personal experience and my opinion. And I'm curious to know whether other people experience this too. But for me, when you enter that cold water, you're so focused on the fact that you are cold and that your body is fighting that you forget about any problems from the past or worries about the future. You simply focus on your breathing. You are trying to take charge of this situation and contain your reaction to not go back to where you came from. That you completely, for that minute or 2 minutes or however long you're in the water, you just forget about everything. And even if it's just 1 minute or even if it's 30 seconds, that 30 seconds feels like a bliss. It feels like nothing else in the world exists. And it's ironic because technically you're uncomfortable, but it could be the most blissful moment of your day or your week. It's quite incredible. And because of that, I speak very highly about cold water plunges and cold water exposure events, especially group ones like the ones we go to, because they help, especially people who are struggling with their mental health. And the group that I joined, they're very supportive to each other and they're always welcoming and happy to see new faces, which, for example, I also kind of helped out by bringing few people along, including my friend Ewan. But there's also other people who are struggling with much bigger challenges and addictions and real mental challenges. And they come in and this is the highlight of their week. And you get to meet your friends, you get to have a chat, especially if you feel a bit lonely. There are groups for men and groups for women. If you don't have one where you live, maybe you could start your own. It's almost like life is giving me an ultimate test. Because as you'll learn in the future videos, I have a dream of moving to a warm climate one day. I want to retire and enjoy the rest of my life by walking on the beach every single day, but in the sun, with my bare feet and not in my winter jacket. However, before that happens, I have to spend a long time here in Scotland where I'm building my business, trying to make it. And before I get a chance to move to that warm climate, I have to build the strength to appreciate but also enjoy being miserable and cold and wet and sometimes unhappy. Sometimes being cold makes me really unhappy, especially when there is no sun like you can see today. And it's almost like this irony of life where you don't get what you want, you get what you need. And I think I need this right now. And even though sometimes it makes me really angry and uncomfortable and I hate it, I think I have to appreciate it and see it as a part of the process. I think being cold is a part of a process that we are going through. And when we can be comfortable and happy in the cold, we'll be able to also be happy and appreciative when things improve, and we are warm.